Hello everybody and welcome back to Will You Press the Button. Have you pressed it yet? Have you pressed it yet? You pressing it yet? Okay, stop. Anyway, you master a skill you've always wanted to excel at, but no one finds your work of... Is it of or? I can't really... Oh, okay. I'm sorry, with all those words on the side, it's kind of hard to read. But anyway, no one finds the work of any benefits. So... That is a downside. How? I could master video games and nobody would give a shit. That's fine with me. See, I don't think, I suppose if you're a scientist and you want your work to be noticed, or a doctor, that's one thing. But when it comes to me, all the skills that I wouldn't mind mastering, I don't have to be. I'm not one of those people that I feel like I have to be. My skills have to be noticed by people. I just enjoy doing things, I guess, is playing video games and whatnot. And I enjoy recording for you guys. I don't really care if my skills are good or not at it. But anyway, 63% agree with me, and 37% do not. Most of the people agree that mastering certain skills does not mean it needs to be shown off. You don't need to be a show-off. Anyway. You will live 3 times longer than any human, but you feel pain 3 times more. So in other words, when you stub your toe, it's 3 times more painful. But you get to live to 300 instead of 100. Assuming that you live to 100 normally. That's kind of like the world record. Was the world record 110 now? I forget. We'd have to look that one up. But, no, I'm not going to press that button for a couple reasons. The first is, I don't want to live for 300 years. I mean, as awesome as that would probably be, all my family and friends would be dead, everyone I know would be dead, so there'd be no point in living past 100 at that point, because everyone would be dead already. Secondly, I'm not a fan of pain. 45% have pressed the button, and 60% did not. 60% agree with me and not pressing that button. Because screw pain and all it has to offer. Everybody will worship you, but except your family, who now hates you. 1, I don't want my family to hate me. 2, I don't want to be worshipped. There is so many. Well, I'm not going to get into my religion, but anyway, my religion dictates that I do not deserve to be worshipped, and I don't want to be worshipped. That would be weird. 46% of people want to be worshipped. You people are weird. Why would you want people worshipping you? Would that not feel awkward to you? I don't know. To me, that would just be awkward. Not just because of my religion, but having all these people bow down in front of me and say, "Oh, hey, Josh," I don't know. I would feel awkward because now I have to lead all these people, which wouldn't be a problem. But if I screw up or I make a mistake, now they're all going to look down on me, and everyone judges me harshly. Then again, that's what I'm doing right now. So I suppose there would be virtually no difference, except you guys don't worship me. I hope not, anyway. That would be weird. Anyway, you play a totally awesome game with your friends, but it causes the apocalypse and almost everybody you love dies. Well, I'm not pressing that button because I don't want anybody to die. Everybody must live. 30% of people want everyone to die. Terrific. Well, it's good to know that humanity's interests are, that some people have humanity's best interest in heart. Anyway, maybe 70% of us want everyone to live. How about you don't do that, douche? Whoa, I don't even know. Save your best friend's life, but you kill 5 random strangers in the area. You press... Well, okay, I mean... Okay. Let's see if I can adjust this without anymore. I mean, that's what I would have done anyway. I mean, not to be a douche to the 5 random strangers, but I don't know them. That would be hard. I already pressed the button on that one, so let's move on, but unintentionally, may I add. I mean, everyone's always going to want to save their loved ones, the people, their close friends and family, over someone they don't know. And the 5 random strangers, I'm assuming, or hoping, would be people who have lived out their full life. But anyway, I don't know. I accidentally pressed the button on that one, so we're just going to move on to this question. One of your senses becomes superhuman, but 2 of your other senses become greatly lessened. So, if I had super hearing, I probably couldn't taste, smell, feel, or see things as well. Not great. Or that only has 2 other senses. So one of those 4 other senses, I would not be as effective as it normally would be. I'm going to say no to this, simply because the only, if you think about all 5 senses, super hearing is the only legit one. I mean, super sight doesn't really make sense. I mean, I could see double the distance away, or maybe I could get X-ray vision or something like that, but it's not worth using my other senses over, neither is super hearing. I don't even know super smell. I can smell everything, even better than a dog, which would be really bad, actually. So, nope. Super taste, I mean, I already got exceptional taste buds. I don't think I would really need that. And then what would be the last one to this? Touch. I went over that. Smell, hearing, sight. Am I missing? What sense am I missing? See, smell, sight, hearing, taste, touch. Yeah, what? All 5 of those. No, just not one of those is worth it. I'm sorry, it's just not. 52% press the button. Really, more of you would rather have a super sense and give up the rest of your senses. Alright, anyway. You become handsome. I'm already handsome. But you smell disgusting. Not pressing the button. I'm already handsome. I don't need to smell. 21% want to smell like ass, but look handsome. I suppose, depending on... Some people probably look down on themselves. I feel bad for people like that, because... There's always going to be somebody out there that's going to find you beautiful. There's always the perfect someone for you out there, even though you may not find them. So, anyway, you have the ability to open dimensional rifts into random alternate realities due to the multiverse theory being proven true. You also may bring anything through, but you may choose the alternate reality and the rift closed. Wait a minute. You may not choose the alternate reality and the rift closes behind you as soon as you pass through. For anyone who wants to know what the multi-reality theory is, it means essentially there are hundreds upon thousands upon millions of planet Earths, all layered on top of one another, each with its own different reality. In one reality, I may be a YouTuber. In the other reality, I may be a doctor. In the next reality, I may be a fireman. In the next reality, I may be a general. Basically, it's hundreds of different realities of you being many different versions of you that there could possibly be. In one version, you may be an orphan. In the next version, you may be the richest motherfucker on the planet. However, if these realities existed and you went into another one, you now have a problem, because if you see the other you, there's going to be some really time-warping shit going on there. But anyway, I don't get to choose the alternate reality, and as soon as the thing closes behind me, so I can walk into a reality where the Germans won World War II, and now it's Nazi world ruling, which would not be good for me. Because if anyone knows the World War II Nazis, they only like people with blonde hair and blue eyes. That's the doctoral German look. So anyone without that, with dark hair, like me, would be fucked. Very much so. I'd probably be enslaved and all that shit. That's assuming I ended up in that reality. There's so many other realities that could possibly be there. Anyway. No, I'm not going to press that button because I don't want to be stuck in some other reality. I prefer to be in my reality. 53% of people want to go to another reality. Really? By the way, I've probably been screwing that up because I always assume that that's the ones that agree with me and that's the ones that disagree with me in previous videos. So you guys are probably like, this guy's an idiot. No, I just didn't read the fine print. And that was my stupidity. Anyway, though I make a stupid decision, I am not stupid. Anywho's, moving on. You gain the ability to see into the future at will for the rest of your life. The first thing you see is your own death, and whenever you learn someone else's name, you see their death. Okay. That is an interesting ability to see my future, that I can see what's going to happen. I can see what would happen if I asked that girl out on the date whether or not she would accept or not, which would be cool. The downside of that is I know my death and how I'm going to die. I also know how everyone else is going to die. And it reminds me, if you guys have ever seen Smallville, it's Superman growing up, what he goes through as a kid. There's actually one of the people he meets who's affected by the kryptonite actually has the ability to see people's deaths. And he literally shits himself and freaks out every time he sees someone's death. And if it's not a natural death like you dying of old age, I mean, it's horrifying. I mean, how do you tell somebody about that? How do you tell somebody not to do something, especially if you know they're going to die in the next 5 minutes from something horrific? How do you tell them not to do something without making yourself look weird or shunned by society? Because, I mean, I myself, I don't have to say I don't care what people think about me. I do care to an extent. I mean, I'm not going to go out of my way and sag or put a tattoo or get my hair colored a certain way to make people like me. I'm not going to go out of my way to make people like me. But at the same time, I don't want to be hated by everybody. So, I mean, I'm just okay with who I am. I'm not going to try and change to make people like me more. But at the same time, I'm not going to do anything to make people hate me, if that makes any sense. So, if you know how to see someone's death, you can see your death and the death of, how would you be able to prevent your own death then? Would you be able to prevent other people's death? And when people look at you weird because you know how they're going to die, or would you just ignore it? Or could you ignore it? There are so many variables to that. I'm going to not press that button because as awesome as that would be to see the future, I don't want to see my own death as well as other people's deaths, because that would drive me literally insane. I would literally go insane, freaking out for the rest of my life as how to prevent the death of myself and trying to figure out how to prevent other people's deaths. And again, I could tell when someone's going to die from smoking and tell them, you need to quit smoking, because I have actually seen you die from it. But anyway, 68% pressed the button, 32% did not. And there's actually so many people who did that one. And actually, I do take smoking very seriously. I do know someone's actually died from cancer from smoking. Though many people say they have not scientifically linked it to cancer to smoking. I only have one thing to say to you people that say that. Why take the chance? Yes, technically, scientifically proven, they have not scientifically proven the connection between the two. But there is some type of connection between them that you cannot deny. And even if it is not proven. So why would you risk it? Even if it's not proven, why would you risk that chance? Because a lot of people who smoke end up getting cancer and dying from it. Why would you risk that? That is my question. But I'm not going to judge you because my parents smoke. I'm used to people who smoke. That's your choice. I don't care. Not judging you. Anywho, moving on. You have a TARDIS, but you are not a Time Lord. Honestly, I have no idea what that's from. I've heard references, I can speak properly, to Time Lords before and stuff, but I don't know what either one of those are. So, we'll just move on from that one. Wow, 62% pressed the button. What did I miss out on? Anyway. You become a Jedi and live in the Star Wars universe, but you live during the prequels and are a bodyguard for Jar Jar Binks. Now, a lot of people actually hate Jar Jar Binks. I have no idea why. I know my mother gets incredibly annoyed by him, so when I start doing his voice, she tells me to stop because she gets incredibly annoyed. I actually think Jar Jar Binks is pretty funny and pretty cool and pretty awesome. It would be kind of funny if he was a Jedi on top of that, because then it would really give me some good laughs. But in all honesty, I actually would not mind being a Jedi. Being a bodyguard to Jar Jar Binks actually sounds pretty cool to me, because I actually like Jar Jar Binks. I think he's a pretty cool character, so I will press that button. 44% of people, 56% of people do not like Jar Jar? How dare you? Here's an amazing character, despite his goofballness. Here's actually a stupidity that I can actually handle. Because I will admit, stupidity irks me. For some reason, Jar Jar Binks is the only stupidity I can handle. For some reason. Anyway, you gain the power to become invisible at will, but your lifespan is now cut in half. Nope. It's the same as a couple other questions in the other videos. I will not give a rat's ass about a superpower if it cuts my life in half. I prefer to live to at least 100, and see all my grandchildren, and so forth and so forth. Besides, there's no point in a superpower if it has limits. Then again, every superpower has some limits, I guess, but anyway. There's no point in becoming invisible if I live to 50. But So 60% agree with me and did not press that button. 40% do not care about their long life of existence. So, that is that. Thank you everybody for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to check out the other videos that I have done. And I will see you later. Goodbye.